Hello, Sandy. Can I have a moment now?
Sure, what's up?
I just want to check on something with you.
What is it? Don't make me nervous.
I hope not, but...
What's wrong? Ashley, you sound so serious.
Is my brother visiting you?
What? Here? Your brother? Why do you ask?
Well, you met him at our wedding, right? His name is Ken.
Of course, I remember him. He's a big guy and looked cool.
I heard that my brother often visits your house.
Oh yeah, he was here last weekend too. Did you have something urgent?
No, I just wanted to ask you directly what kind of relationship you have with him.
Oh no, Ashley, you're going to make me tell you? Well, Ken and I are dating.
You're in a relationship? You guys love each other? I think my brother is at least 20 years younger than you.
Yes, that's true, but what does age difference matter in a relationship? Even though he is younger, he is firm and kind. He supports me. Plus, he's cute since he's young.
Oh, I don't know what to say. Sandy, you know my brother is married, right?
Of course I know, but he got divorced, poor thing.
Huh? Divorced?
Yeah, he got divorced recently, right? You don't have to worry about me. My husband's already passed away, so we don't have a problem. The age difference is covered by feelings, so it's not a problem. Your brother said so too.
There seems to be a misunderstanding, so let me tell you. My brother and his wife are not divorced.
Oh boy, he said they're divorced. It may be hard for him to tell you. Or are you lying and trying to tear us apart? You wouldn't do that, would you? After all, he wouldn't want his sister to see him looking bad, I guess.
Sandy, please wake up. It can't be true. Anyway, they are not divorced. I just have one favor.
What?
Don't say anything and please break up with my brother now.
That's an unreasonable request, no matter how much you ask for it, Ashley. He might really be divorced.
I'm telling you they're not divorced. I'm telling you this because I'm his family, so this is the truth.
But I believe him.
Sandy, let me ask, how long have you been dating him?
About a year and a half. We're going on a trip for our 2-year anniversary. Oh, don't tell him, okay?
Has it been that long?
Well, looking back, a lot has happened. A lot of passionate things. We look like a couple that's been together for a long time.
You said earlier that my brother got divorced recently, right?
Yes, he did.
So you've been together since he wasn't divorced yet?
Oh, just between you and me, okay? Well, I guess that's what was happening.
I mean, what are you doing, Sandy? How could you have such a relationship with my married brother? Don't you feel guilty?
At first a little, but I was overwhelmed by his passion. Now I'm glad it turned out this way. Moreover, I heard that he and his wife had no feeling to each other already. He said he felt healed when he was with me.
Did you take all of that seriously?
He said he could have the married life which he dreamed of with me. He said he didn't need children and the two of us could live happily together.
Did my brother really say that? Sandy, let me tell you the fact. His wife is pregnant now.
Ha ha ha, Ashley, that's not a funny joke. He said he didn't even want to touch his wife, and there is no way she could be pregnant, but he would have a child between us.
I can't believe it.
Well, unfortunately, no matter how hard we try, I can't get pregnant anymore though. Ashley, I'm glad you're worried about me, but I can't go along with your lies about his wife being pregnant. Don't worry, we'll be fine.
No, I'm not lying, and I'm not worried. I'm upset and angry.
I see. It's none of your business and stress is bad for your skin. Anyway, he's coming over this weekend, so I'll talk to him.
This weekend? Where do you think my brother lives when he's not at your house? He told you that he's divorced, right? Are you saying that if he's divorced, he and his wife live separately?
He can't be living with her because they are divorced. It seems he's living with his cousin right now.
Cousin? Which cousin?
Yuan?
Yuan is indeed my cousin. They've been close since they were kids, so it makes sense that he's letting him stay there.
Oh, they've always been close. So that's where he usually stays. Even before the divorce, you didn't know?
So he goes to work every day from Yuan's house? His house is 2 hours away by Metrolink. If you take the highway, it would take more.
That's right, that's the problem. That's why I'm helping him with the transportation fee.
Why? He works and has money too, right?
That's the thing. His ex-wife is the worst, apparently. You see, he has his wife's stepdaughter who is now 3 years old, right? She doesn't work and they divorced on the condition that he will give her child support and living expenses, so he's giving her $1,800 a month.
Is that what he says? That he had a stepdaughter?
Yes, that ex-wife. I heard she got divorced once in the past. She said she has a child with her ex-husband.
Did my brother really say that?
Of course he did. What's the point of me making it up? He said it's not his real child, but since they live together, it's like his own, so he said he'd take care of her. Can you find a man who could think like that? Even though he is young, he is very dependable. Since he sacrifices himself like that, he only has about $700 left every month. That's why he keeps asking me for money.
I see. That amount is as much as the allowance for a married man.
Right? That's all he has left. What is that ex-wife thinking?
Sandy, that's enough. I have understood.
You finally understand? See, Ken was really divorced.
There's no point in discussing here. Anyway, please ask him about the divorce again.
Ashley, you are surprisingly persistent. Well, I'll ask him if I don't forget. Ashley, what's going on?
What is it?
My son Tim is furious that he's cutting me off. Ashley, I heard you told him you want to divorce him because I'm dating your brother.
Yes, I did.
He says it's my fault that your marriage is going bad, so he says he's going to leave me. I want my son back.
Leaving you is too exaggerate. I don't understand what you're doing and I can't support you. So I thought it would be difficult to continue living a normal life with him. I don't want to get involved with you. That's what I told him.
You thief. Tim belongs to me, so give him back to me right now.
That is not what I decide. Please talk it over with him. Also, I talked to my brother and his wife too. I expect you to hear from him soon.
From Ken?
Yes, he wants to talk to you.
Oh my, I think he's finally going to talk about us finally getting together. Oh, now he's calling me. I'll talk to you later. Ashley, what's going on? Why is everyone leaving me? Are you jealous of me? I think I'm a good mother-in-law. Don't take my important person from me.
Don't say like I'm the bad one. I didn't take anything from you. I didn't tell anyone what to do. They all did it with their own will.
That's a lie. You made up the story for your own convenience.
I am different from you. And as for my brother's wife, she's actually a friend of mine.
What?
We are good friends. I can't ignore when my friend is suffering. My friend is so exhausted that I can't even look at her. I feel sorry for the child too.
What are you talking about?
I talked with my brother and finally got him to confess the affair. My husband and I live separately from you, and he thought he wouldn't be found out even if he met you.
Affair? That's ridiculous.
My brother is not staying at my cousin's house. He usually lives with his wife and children.
I won't believe it. That's not true.
What did he say on the phone just now?
He was mumbling and he said that he loves me, but we have to break up under some sort of circumstance. But he said he would text me. That's because he still thinks of me, right? I'll wait.
I see. Sandy, did he tell you he's divorced?
I thought his wife had filed it, but she hasn't. So he told me to wait for him to get it done.
And what about the child?
Well, it seems that it is true that his wife is pregnant, but it's not his child. He said she had an affair and it's her boyfriend's child.
What the hell? Did my brother really say that?
Yes, it's really terrible. I feel sorry for him. He's too good to forgive about his stepdaughter and the pregnant child. I mean, his wife is a terrible person.
I'm trembling in anger and disappointed.
Oh, that ex-wife? Yeah, even though she's your friend, you can't cover up for her. I understand.
No, of course it's my brother. The child he has now and the new baby are my brother's. I can't forgive him even though he's my brother. I'll make sure he takes responsibility for this.
What are you talking about? I feel sorry for him. You can't be a sister who doesn't believe what her own brother says. Maybe it's all his ex-wife's fault. He's already fulfilling his responsibility.
I'm telling you, he's making up stories for his convenience. They are not divorced, nor do they plan to be. And it's 100% true that the child are my brothers, including the one in her belly.
Ashley, I hate to tell you this, but I think your friend is lying to you. Your friend is very cunning.
My friend is firm, kind, and a good wife. It's my brother who is a liar and a scumbag.
But that's exactly what he said.
Enough pretending to be deceived by him. You have realized what's really going on, haven't you? How far are you going to disappoint your son? Tim is crying beside me.
What? Tim is there too? I was worried because he didn't answer my calls no matter how many times I called. Can you tell him to pick up the phone?
I don't think that's possible. He has decided not to. He canceled his cell phone and deleted your number. He also changed his number because he doesn't want to be in touch with you anymore.
No way.
It's true. I'll go get his stuff at your house later.
No, give me back my son.
I don't know how long you're going to pretend to be deceived, but you're going to keep waiting for my brother?
I'm not pretending, it's all true. When someone you love tells you to wait, you would wait, don't you? I won't leave him.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but my brother and his family have moved away.
Huh?
It seems that my brother got scared because you persistently insisted on not leaving. To protect his family, he moved out and changed job to work for a relative's company.
That's not what he told me. I know for now that wife and child will be taken in by a relative, and eventually Ken will live with me.
Are you listening to me? I told you that they all moved out. Why don't you accept the reality? Please stop interpreting it in a convenient way.
But we love each other.
I said he ran away from you. That's not love. You gave him money to keep him with you.
I didn't give him, I lent him money. That's right, he owes me money. I can go after him to get it back, right?
Please stop it. I know my brother has done something bad, but please don't destroy his family's happiness any further.
He should want to stay with me. His wife must have tricked him. I have to help him soon. I'm the only one who can save him.
My brother doesn't want your help. You were used by him. Please face the reality. He went back to his wife. He swore to start over.
I won't believe it.
When my brother moved out, he canceled his cell phone and gave it to me. He said he would never contact you again. You'll never hear from him again. That number is no longer used, so you can't call him.
That's a lie. True love comes with obstacles. I won't let that happen.
It's true. My brother lied to you to break up with you.
Oh no.
I will pay back every penny you spent on him. I believe my brother will rebuild their bond in the new place. Please don't ever bother them.
Tim and Ken are gone, and I have no one. What am I supposed to do alone? Ashley, do something about it.
There is nothing I can do. Do you think there is happiness at the end of a relationship with a married man? You've been punished for having an affair. I couldn't handle this situation on my own, so I talked to my parents about it, and they got furious. They forced Ken to move to a company owned by a relative near my parents' house. He is watched by everyone every day. His cell phone is set up so that we always know where he is. And his monthly allowance, which used to be $700, is now $100. He brings lunch made by his wife every day. Sandy could not stand the loneliness, so she became addicted to hot guys at a bar at her age. She seems to have fallen in love with one guy who is a good talker on a different level from my brother, and she is once again giving him a lot of money. At this rate, I am so worried about her life when she turns old, but she is responsible for herself, isn't she?
Hey Caroline, are you free right now? I hope you've thought about moving in together. We've talked about it so many times. We haven't talked about it at all since then. I'm still doing okay, but it's been 3 years since my husband passed away. I'm not young anymore. I think it's a good idea for us to start living together sooner rather than later. Good evening, Fiona. Ah, that? Let me be honest with you, since you don't seem to understand in a roundabout way. We can't have another person live here with us at this moment. Huh? What do you think you're saying that based on? You are currently unemployed, right? Daniel told me that you recently quit your part-time job. If you really want to live with us, you have to work. Huh? Instead of taking care of an old lady, you want me to work? Why should I work if I'm going to live with my son and his wife? How dare you talk to me like that? I mean, you're being supported by him, and who do you think you are? But I'm working too. Huh? Working? Don't make me laugh. A shifty part-timer doesn't have a right to speak like that. No, I work full-time. Don't get me wrong. I quit my job in preparation for moving in with you guys. What? It's hard for me to commute. It takes me an hour to get to my workplace from your house. In that case, I have no choice but to quit. Your job was cashier, right? Then why don't you find one nearby before you move in? You're so picky. All about money. Forget it. I've decided to move in with you. And you know, I don't like small houses and I can't live with 3 people in a 1DK apartment. Buy a house or an apartment right away. At least sign a lease for a bigger apartment and move out as soon as possible. No. What is impossible is impossible. Please do not decide on your own. The size should be at least 3 LDK. Please don't behave recklessly. I didn't agree to live with you. I didn't ask for your opinion. This is a mother-in-law's decision. I'll talk to Daniel since he's the head of the family and we'll decide as we go along. So you should start packing your things too. That's terrible. That's too selfish. Fiona, what did you do? You sent a resignation letter to my workplace without my permission? Yes, I did. It was for your own good. I'm glad they received it. You're glad? So it was you after all. Why would you do that? Why are you harassing me like that? If you quit the company, you wouldn't know what to do. Now you'll have to move in with me. Fiona, you were close. That resignation letter is invalid. Huh? Of course. It wasn't written by me. Besides, I'm a competent person at my company. Do you know what will happen if I quit? You don't have to get so hyper. You just need to concentrate on moving out and getting ready to move in with me, and then find another job when you move back in. It may be difficult to find a full-time job, but there are plenty of part-time jobs out there. I can't be that patient. A part-time? Do you think we have enough savings? Huh? I've had many discussions with Daniel, but he doesn't even think about earning more. I want him to think more about the future and work more diligently, and yet... Can you tell him about it? If you want to live together, that's the first step. Caroline, do you even know what you're saying? You spend that much money? Excuse me? How can you say that his income is not enough? How can you live like that? Do you know how much his income is? Of course! I am his mother. Of course I know. I heard it directly from him. Do you really think, with that amount of money, that we can both live a normal life without any jobs? Yes! Why do you ask? If you don't spend much money outside, we will have more than enough. Actually, more! I'm not spending a lot. I'm saving it. Oh my! How extravagant you are! I can't believe you need to save money with his income. Excuse me, Fiona? I feel we are not on the same page. Are you okay? Do you really know how much he earns? You're persistent! I told you I heard from him. Is your sense of finances okay? How have you been living until now? That's rude! Same to you! I'm a normal person. I can say that saving money is my hobby. I thought it's you who have a different sense. Oh my God! That's stubbornness and boldness. We can't communicate. I'll talk it over with Daniel. Oh, by the way, he has been staying at your house, right? Yes, I'm keeping him around. It would be better if he stayed here so that I can talk to him. He doesn't respond to any texts or calls from me. Why is that? I don't want him to get on your bad side. I don't want you to interfere with our plans to move in together. Hey, please don't proceed with the conversation on your own. If I respect your opinion, which you are against, we will not be able to move on at all. I'll tell you when everything is finalized regarding moving in together. I can't take that in. I am his wife. That attitude is only for now. Once we start living together, I will put a lot of effort into training you, so be prepared. Hey sis, long time no see. Can I talk to you? I'm in a bit of trouble. Hey Keith, long time no see, what's up? I'm on my way home from a business trip. Oh really? Finally? Congratulations! Well, My house was stolen. I mean, it's like, I know it's kind of weird. Huh? What are you talking about? There's no way that could happen. It's been a while since I went home, so I thought I'd use this weekend to do some maintenance on my house over here. But it seems like someone is living in there. I went there at night and the lights were on. What? We have to call the police about that. Of course, I was in a hurry and thought about doing that too. But when I asked the neighbors first, they told me that someone moved in a week ago. I don't want to tell you this, but I heard your husband and his mother's name. What? How is that possible? I don't know. I thought it would be a good idea to check with you before I call the police since you have the key to my house, so I texted you. Do you have any idea? Hold on a second. I want to check on something. Sorry, I think they have done it. It's my fault. What happened? I put the key in the safe so that I don't lose, but it's missing. Only Daniel and I know the password to that safe, so maybe he took it. Why in the world would they do that? Actually, his mother was pushing me to move in with her, but I told her that in order to live with us, she would have to work too. She told me that she had already quit her part-time job, and I didn't have to work if I'm going to live with her. Well, you can't live like that. You work full-time, so you guys are able to make the living, right? She doesn't have a job and wants to live with you? I've tried to explain it to her, but it seemed like we were not on the same page. Daniel is at her house and ignoring my calls. I've been having a hard time communicating with them, and it has led to this mess. I see. They have done it in a very sneaky way. So, they decide everything without talking to you and making you trouble since you don't listen to them. I don't know why, but I'm guessing that they decided to use my house to live. That's a pretty bold move. Perhaps they took the advantage of the fact that the house owner, which is me, is away on a 3-year business trip at the local branch office, huh? Well, that sounds smart but brazen. Maybe that's what they are planning. Sorry, Keith. I'll do something about it. I never thought they would steal the house you bought. It's not your fault, sis. So, let me think what I can do. Of course, I'll help you. Where are you now? At my friend's place. I've got a place where I can settle down, so I'm fine. You just take care of yourself. Okay, thanks. I can't forgive them. I'll call his mother. Depending on what they say, I'm prepared for the worst case. Fiona, how are you? It seems that you moved out without telling me, but where on earth did you move to? Oh, Caroline! I was just about to call you. I wouldn't do something so mean. Am I correct in assuming that Daniel is with you at your new place? Yes, of course. My son is with me. I didn't tell you because you are so insane and stubborn that I decided to give you a punishment before we move in together. Why would you do that? I don't remember doing anything to be punished. You are still saying that? I feel sorry for Daniel who has a wife like this. If you continue to be so selfish, we will have to consider divorce. What have I done? I don't remember doing anything to lead to divorce. That's enough. You're being supported by him. God, you're wrong. You think I'm the one being supported by him? That's right. We don't need a wife who doesn't treat her husband well, who makes $7,000 a month. $7,000? Did he really say $7,000? If you don't want to get divorced, apologize and agree to live with me. I'll forgive you if you apologize properly. Of course, I'll tell you where to move in after that. If you get down on your knees and beg me to move in with you, I'll tell you where to live. LOL. Demanding me to get down on my knees through a text? You want me to send you a picture of me on my knees? Yeah, that's a good idea. That's nice. I decline. Huh? There's no reason for me to do that. I don't have to apologize, and why should I? Caroline, all you do is talk back at me like that. You really are stubborn. Is it okay if Daniel divorces you? Yes, I'm so tired of it, so it's fine. Maybe it's better that way. Huh? Because think about it. I can divorce a husband with $700 income every month. What $700? Yes, his monthly income is $700. Did you know? It's just a part-time job. Don't make bad jokes. What the hell are you saying? Daniel is a high-class employee. His monthly salary is $7,000. You don't understand. Who told you $7,000? I told you many times. I asked Daniel. When I asked him about his monthly income, he used his fingers to say 7. With his fingers, wow. So he didn't verbally say 7,000? What? Surely he would be embarrassed to say 700. It's also your problem to assume it's 7,000 instead of thinking it as 700. Unfortunately, it is true that his income is $700. And yet, you've caused such trouble and people involved who have nothing to do with it. I don't want a husband like that anymore. Oh, fine. Same to you. I don't need a lying wife either. Well then, divorcing would be fine, right? I mean, I'm divorcing him. Then I'll be relieved. Yeah, sore loser. Well then, Daniel and I will live happily together in this 4DK house that he bought for me. Sorry, no. That house will be returned to its real owner. What? Return it? The real owner? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you mean. Caroline? What the hell is this? It's you, isn't it? Your brother came to me and asked me to leave this house. You siblings are just like each other. What's going on? Oh, he already came? What the hell? What do you mean he already came? Give me a break. That house was purchased by my brother. Huh? My brother Keith had a dream of having his own house from an early age. In order to buy a house, he worked hard at part-time jobs since he was a student, and after 8 years of working, he got his own house at the age of 26, even though he is single. You and Daniel moved into that precious house. What are you talking about? When his house was built, he couldn't live there yet because he was transferred to a local branch office for a limited period of 3 years. While he was away, I kept the spare key since I live in the next town. But it seems that Daniel took that spare key without permission and in a secret. What? I don't know what you heard from him, but it must have been very frustrating for my brother, who is the real owner of the house. It's a brand new house. When he came home from maintenance, such as weeding the garden and cleaning the house, he found out that someone had been living there. Of course, he would ask you guys to leave. I'm so confused. What am I supposed to do? It's simple. Why don't you just leave? I don't recommend you to run away or stay in the house because it won't be good for you. I can't just leave right away. Then you tell your brother that he should give this house to me and Daniel right now. Yes, that's it. Huh? What are you saying? Are you okay? Oh, of course I'm sure. He's the wife's brother, so he should listen to in-laws. What you're saying is insane. But, unfortunately, actually, me and Daniel were not married anymore. Huh? Just a while ago, I finalized the divorce. What? That's impossible! Daniel hasn't responded yet. No, I had already asked him long ago. I'm so glad I prepared for it. What do you mean? You really don't know anything, do you? Daniel quit the company 6 months ago without telling me. What? That's a lie, right? Well, I thought it was irresponsible, but I can't help that he already quit. So I was working full-time for a while, supporting our life, and thinking that in the meantime, he could work part-time and look for a job. But what was he thinking? He didn't start looking for a job after a month, and occasionally go out for a short-term job or a day job, and the rest of the time he would just laze around. I tried to rush him, but it only ended up in a fight. I was afraid that if we didn't do something, we would both fall apart. So I made him respond the paper with the promise that if he didn't find a new job in the next 5 months, we would get divorced. But when I looked at the calendar, I saw that the deadline had passed, so unfortunately, we are divorced. A part-time job? A day job? No way! You've got to be kidding! Then is it true that he earns $700? You should ask him for the number firmly and verbally. I'm not his wife anymore. I am divorced, so I have no further interest in telling his financial situation. And since you guys are trespassing, my brother has called the police. The police? Of course. You're staying in someone else's house without permission. Please get out of my brother's house as soon as possible. It's better for your own sake. That's all I have to say. Please accept this as my last kindness. Excuse me, Caroline! Now, if you'll excuse me.
How's it going, sis? Anything I can do to help?
Well, I've decided where I'm going to move to, so I guess the first thing I need to do is packing.
I see. Well, I'll go help. Leave the heavy lifting to me.
Hey, what are you going to do with that house? It's a great new place to live, but you know that thing happened before the actual owner lives in?
Haha, I know, right? Oh yeah. I wanted to tell you something about that. Actually, the land in that area has skyrocketed and I was able to sell it for almost as much as I paid for it. I couldn't live in that place anymore, so
Oh wow, that's great.
I got the fee for the inconvenience from them, and when I get transferred back here, I'll look for a better place to live.
Yeah, take your time to find a nice house this time, okay? I'll help you too. I'm glad it didn't become a negative experience for you.
I know, right? I'm totally fine. And you too, sis. I know you're starting from scratch again, but hang in there. I'm here for you.
Thank you.
Well, call me anytime. I'll come visit you at your new place when I get out of the busy work season.
Yeah, see you. After talking to Fiona, she was taken in a police car with Daniel, and she was sobbing. Even at the police station, she kept making excuses, making everyone tired. Finally, her uncle came to pick them up from the countryside and took them home. She had been lied by Daniel that he had bought a house, so she was a victim in one way. They had a big fight every day because she mistakenly thought that his monthly salary was $7,000 instead of $700. But the uncle got furious and told them both to work, and then they finally started to look for a job. Thanks to this, I finally live in peace. My hard work was praised at work, and I was successfully promoted to a full-time employee. I was able to start my post-divorce life with stability. As a side note, Fiona's habit of making wild assumptions has not been changed. I heard a few months later that she caused some trouble in my old apartment and the landlord sued her for damages.